You use AI every day, but most people have no idea how it actually works. It's not thinking, it's not understanding, and it's definitely not alive. So what is it doing? Let's break it down simply. AI sounds smart, sometimes even too smart. But at its core, AI is not a brain. It is a prediction system. It looks at massive amounts of text and learns patterns in how words appear. Not meaning, not ideas, just patterns. For example, after once upon a, it predicts time. So how does it learn these patterns? It trains by guessing missing words. For example, the sky is blank. It tries to guess the word. At first, it is wrong a lot, but every mistake helps it improve. Over time, it gets better and better at predicting what comes next. When you ask AI a question, it doesn't search for answers. Instead, it builds a response, one word at a time. It predicts the most likely next word, then the next, then the next. Like building a sentence step by step. That's how it writes everything. Because AI is predicting words, not checking facts. It can sometimes be wrong, but it still sounds confident. It doesn't know truth. It only knows what sounds likely. So it can repeat mistakes if they appear in its training data. So why does it feel human? Because language itself follows patterns. We use common phrases. We respond in predictable ways. AI has studied billions of examples of this, so it learns how humans communicate. But it does not feel anything. It only imitates patterns. So let's simplify it. AI is not thinking. It is not aware. It is not human. It learns patterns from huge amounts of text, predicts the next word, builds responses step by step. That's it. But at scale, it feels intelligent. So the next time you use AI, remember this. You're not talking to something that understands you. You're talking to something that predicts you. And that prediction is what makes it feel so powerful. Now here is something very important. Because AI is predicting words and not checking facts, it can sometimes be wrong, but still sound confident. This is one of the most misunderstood parts of AI. It does not have a built-in truth detector. It does not know what is correct or incorrect in a human sense. It only knows what is statistically likely based on patterns it has seen. So if incorrect information appears in its training data, it may repeat it. Or if a question is unclear or unusual, it might guess instead of knowing. This is why AI can sometimes sound right, even when it is wrong. It is powerful, but not perfect. So if AI is just predicting words, why does it feel like talking to a person? The answer is simple. Human language itself is predictable. We use patterns when we speak. We use common phrases, structured grammar, emotional expressions, and familiar responses. AI has studied billions of examples of human communication, so it becomes extremely good at imitating how people talk. It can sound polite, it can sound confident, it can sound emotional, and it can explain ideas clearly. But there is one critical difference. It does not feel anything. It does not have awareness or emotions. It is simulating conversation based entirely on patterns in data, and that simulation is very advanced. A simple way to think about AI is to imagine a super advanced autocomplete system, like when your phone suggests the next word while you type, but far more powerful. Now imagine that system has read nearly the entire internet. It is not thinking. It is not reasoning. It is predicting over and over again, millions of times per second, building sentences step by step. That is what creates the illusion of intelligence. Not understanding, not awareness, just extremely fast pattern prediction at scale. So let's bring it all together simply. AI is not a brain. It is not conscious. It is not aware. It is a system that learns patterns from massive amounts of text, predicts the next word based on probability, and builds responses step by step. That is the entire foundation of how it works. But when you scale that up to billions of words and trillions of patterns, You get something that feels intelligent, even though at its core, it is still just prediction. So the next time you use AI, remember this. You are not talking to something that understands you. You are talking to something that predicts you. And that prediction is what makes it feel so powerful.